Welcome to first year microeconomics. In this short presentation, we're going to discuss two of the key tools of microeconomics: total analysis and marginal analysis.
Life is all about choices. Should you study or go to a party? Should you continue in a relationship or call it off? Should you choose a job in the private sector or in the government? Microeconomics is about the choices individuals make and the consequences of these individual choices for society as a whole. Broadly speaking, choices can be divided into two separate groups. The first type of choice is about whether or not an individual should do something at all. This type of decision requires total analysis. The second type of choice is about whether or not an individual should do a bit more or a bit less of something. This type of choice requires marginal analysis.
Let's start with total analysis. Total analysis answers the question, should you do something at all? Okay, what does this mean? Let's look at a few simple examples. When you finished high school, you had a choice. You could go on to further study full-time, say at university, but you could also go out and get a full-time job straight from school. Those choices were mutually exclusive. In other words, you could not have both a full-time job and study full-time. You had to choose one or the other.
To make the best choice in this situation, you can use total analysis. You can look at the total benefit of full-time study compared to working full-time and the total cost of full-time study compared to working full-time. You can then decide whether full-time study or full-time work is the best choice for you.
There are many other examples of big decisions that can be made using total analysis. For example, if you're at university, should you live at home or move into a shared house? When you finish university, should you work as an employee or start your own business? We will come across many more examples during this course. But a lot of choices you make do not involve these big decisions. Rather, you often make marginal decisions. These decisions ask, should you do a bit more or a bit less of something? Here are some simple examples of marginal decisions. Should you study a bit more or go for a run? Should you have another drink at the pub or should you call it a night? Should you continue to work on an assignment or just call it quits, finish it, hand it in? Those are all marginal decisions.
When making marginal decisions, you can use marginal analysis. You look at the marginal benefit of doing a bit more of the activity and the marginal cost of doing a bit more of the activity. If the marginal benefit exceeds the marginal cost, then you will be better off by doing a bit more. If the marginal benefit is less than the marginal cost, then you should not do any more. Indeed, you should do a bit less of the activity.
Total and marginal analysis are two simple approaches to decision making that you will come across again and again throughout this course. They both require a comparison of benefits and costs, but they apply in different situations. However, before we go any further, we need to think more about what we mean by costs. We will do this in the next presentation.